What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of For Bettor or Worse. I'm your host this time, Matty Chucks. Before we dive into it, please like this video, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends and family. We really appreciate it. Merry Christmas. I do have a tree that is very poorly lit. I have a Mets ornament and a Pikachu ornament. Don't judge me. I did get an early Christmas present this year. For those of you guys interested, is a big Edwin Diaz Timmy Trumpet Narcos with the music on it. Got it for myself. Gonna probably put it on the wall that way. So stay tuned for that next time. But let me know what you guys are trying to get for Christmas. Maybe some jerseys or whatever. Maybe Matty Chucks. Maybe I will buy it for you as a present just for showing some love. Who knows? Nick is not here today. He is sick. Dealing with a little sickness that's taking a little longer than usual. So we push through, we move forward. It's just me today. Could not find a guest in time. So only one game to really talk about. We'll have hockey plays out later, but we're going to talk about this Thursday night football game between the Jaguars versus the Jets. And honestly, it's going to be an ugly one. I live in New Jersey, where the Jets play. They don't play in New York. We're expecting heavy rain, cold weather, winds, just a rough game. So it's going to be a brutal one to watch. The total opened at 42. It is now down to 37.5 with some money on the under. It is what it is. It's going to be one of those ugly run games, kind of like the Browns-Ravens game we just watched. So sorry about that. It's going to be on TV. But it's a big game nonetheless, probably the most important Thursday night football game this season, just in regards to playoff hopes for both teams. You have the Jets at 7-7, who are currently ninth behind the Patriots, who are outside looking in, and right behind them is the Jaguars. The Jets are 7-7. The Jaguars are 6-8. And also whoever wins this game gets the head-to-head edge when they do go forward and try to get into the playoffs. So one team can almost jump into that last spot or right on the edge of it past the Patriots, while the other team is almost going to be giving up this season. Not to say they can't make it, but it just gets significantly harder. The Jets have lost their last three, and they're 3-4 at home this season. The Jaguars have won their last two in kind of Cinderella fashion, and they're 2-5 on the road. So it's a pick'em game. I think the Jaguars just moved to a little bit worse plus money. I think it's plus 110, the best line, and the Jets are minus 114. I apologize. Usually when next year I take my break, I'm sure you're going to listen to my voice. If you like me, good episode for you. If you hate me, I apologize in advance. But let's dive into the DVOA. When you look at DVOA overall, the Jets are 10th in the league, which is actually surprising. If you're interested in the list, it is the Bills at number 1, Eagles at 2, 49ers 3, Cowboys 4, Ravens 5, Chiefs 6, Bengals 7, Dolphins 8, then the Lions 9, and Jets 10. So you see them actually putting up good numbers. The Jets have the 19th ranked offense and the 6th ranked defense. So that's what's kind of keeping them in these games. And the Jaguars are actually ranked 16th with the 8th best offense and 28th best defense. I'm not really sure I want to add the best in there at all. But, you kind of get the point. You got a good offense versus a good defense. And in this weather, which one do you give the edge to? In my opinion, I give the edge to the defense because I don't think Trevor Lawrence is going to be able to use his arm as much in this weather. I'm not sure how severe the weather is going to be, if it's going to be, one of those they're never throwing deep. But from the reports I'm seeing, it's supposed to be pretty bad. Another thing to note in this game is that the Jaguars really haven't played in this weather all season. You can correct me on that, but from what I looked, they've played in about 50 degrees, sunny. It's going to be like 30 degrees and rainy and really windy. So when you take a Jacksonville team that's already 2-5 on the road and put them in a horrible New Jersey rainy, windy weather game with a Jets team that's kind of used to it, I give the edge to the Jets. And also, you take away from the Jaguars' passing offense, which to me is huge. I mean, if you look at past DVOA, The Jaguars are 6th in pass DVOA offense and 17th in rush DVOA. So their offense is really only that good because of their passing offense. So if that can negate Trevor Lawrence, they could be in trouble. And that could be used to what their road record's like. And maybe they're not used to playing in, worse conditions. And looking at the defensive side of things, the Jets at 6th overall. They have a number 6 pass, number 7 rush. So they should be able to defend the rush very well. They do have Zach Wilson starting, which some say is a good thing. Some say is a bad thing. I think a lot of the public will be on the Jaguars just because they won their last 2 games after beating the Cowboys. Which honestly, I don't think they should have won. And the Jets have lost their last 3. But I'm going to be honest. This Jets team played very well. They lost 20-17 versus the Lions at home. I was in the Lions. That was our podcast exclusive. I think the Jets should have won that game late. I really do. And they played the Bills well in Buffalo, lost 20-12, and they lost 27-22 in Minnesota to the Vikings. So all one-score games should be a close one. Doesn't really help us here spread-wise because it's a pick-em, but they've been playing competitive football, whereas the Jaguars have just beat the Cowboys in overtime in comeback fashion, and they also beat the Titans in Tennessee before getting smacked, I guess right after they got smacked by the Lions in Detroit. But let's take a little bit of a deeper dive into this, I guess, Jaguars road schedule. I noticed something when you look at total DVOA, which is what I use to rate overall teams. It really puts everything into perspective. And judging by the list I showed you, it has the top teams up front. So that's what I look for in tools that I want to use. When this Jaguars team traveled to Tennessee overall DVOA is 21st, and they have 16th best defense, kind of middle of the pack. They beat them on the road 36-22. They got smacked by Detroit, and Detroit actually number 9 in DVOA, and that could be why they got smacked. I mean, Detroit put 40 points on them because Detroit actually has the 6th best offense in the league. Then they lost 27-17 to the Chiefs. Again, the Chiefs are number 6 in DVOA. So when they play a top 10 DVOA team overall on the road, they don't do well. They also lost to Indianapolis on the road, who's 31st in DVOA, but 11th ranked defense, which Divisional 2 in Indianapolis, it's going to be tough either way. They also played the Eagles on the road in Philadelphia, and they lost. Eagles, obviously a great team. They're number 2 overall in DVOA. And their win against the Chargers, where the Chargers are the 23rd best team. So, again, they're beating these bad teams on the road, but they're losing to the good teams. This Jets team, to my surprise and to most people's surprises, is a good team. I think the quarterback drama is getting kind of overplayed. I think they're more comfortable with Zach Wilson. And because of the weather and because of the way I think this game is going to be played, I'm taking the Jets money line. I never thought I would say that. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but I do think this spot, after losing 3 in a row and the Jaguars winning 2, we're going to see some regression from the Jaguars. Even though they shouldn't have won those games anyway, I think we see the Jets kind of sneak this one out. So I'm going to put it below for my guys who need it written. Jets money line minus 114 on Bet Rivers. I can't believe I'm saying it, but that's the play. I think you can look at some rush attempts from both sides. I think it's an ugly game, but overall I lean the under and the Jets money line. You can see this at minus 120 on DraftKings. I'd play this probably to minus 130. Other than that, I'm not touching it. No kicker props for me because of this weather. That's the play. Hopefully I talked you into it too. Again, without Nick, this was kind of a last-minute thing. Appreciate you guys coming in. Merry Christmas. We'll have another episode before Christmas, but I really appreciate you guys. Again, please like, comment, subscribe, share it. Appreciate every single one of you. And hopefully let's cash this Jets money line bet. But again, can't believe I'm saying it. You may love it. You may hate it. Either way, let's hopefully cash on this Thursday night. Have a good one. Peace out, guys.